Hello Darts fans, Dan Dawson in association with The Sportsman. I'm here at Barnsley Metrodome, an absolute cathedral of darts where Pro Tour action is taking place behind me, some special midweek Pro Tours, and it's the last action we'll see before night 14 of the Premier League on Thursday night in Manchester. Now we come into this off the back of a mad night in Birmingham where our predictions were blown out the water by a freakish number of draws. 3 out of the 4 games went the whole distance and the points were shared. Now, we've not seen that before in this extended format. It makes it even less likely to get the draw when you're playing first to 7 in the draw stakes, first to 8 if you're going to go and win it. And it kind of messed up our bets. The one outright result that we did get was Daryl Gurney winning, but unfortunately the acca was never going to come in with all of those draws around. I'm still shying away from predicting draws because I just think they're unlikely. It's just that Birmingham really messed up our plans. But let's have a look, because this league is so tight. It looks like Michael van Gerwen and Rob Cross are going to make it to the O2. It looks like Michael Smith and Peter Wright are not going to make it, but they could still be spoilers. They could still mess up other people's plans, because the other 4 players still left in the league, only 1 point separates them. You've got James Wade, Gerwin Price, Mensur Suljovic and Daryl Gurney. They're fighting effectively for 2 spots in the playoffs, and it's going to be very difficult to call who's going to make it. Let's take the games in order in Manchester to see where we think we can make a bit of money. Now, the opening game sees Rob Cross against Michael Smith. These guys always seem to have good games. Ever since they met at the World Championship, the one that Rob Cross went on to win, Michael Smith missed a couple of darts to beat him. Now, most of the time, these games are close as well. With Bet365, it's 10-11 Cross to win, 4-1 the draw, still going to stay away from that, and 2-1 for Michael Smith to win. Now, he isn't playing amazingly, Michael Smith, but he is playing well. He should have won titles here in Barnsley, and James Wade kept stopping him, beating him in 2 finals and a semi-final in the space of, 10 days. He's had this midweek action here and he's not pulled up any trees, whereas Rob Cross has decided to stay at home and just recuperate and concentrate on Thursday night. He was good at the weekend again, Rob Cross, in making the semi-finals of the latest European Tour event, and I think that he's going to carry on doing what he does. He's averaging over 100 in most of his games, and even though Michael Smith says he's here to annoy the rest of them and try and spoil their charges towards the top of the table in Rob Cross's case, or the playoffs in other players' cases, I just think that Rob Cross might have a little bit too much. As well as Michael Smith is playing, he's just missing out. He's not got that ability to finish people off. He should have won more games than he has in this year's Premier League. It just hasn't happened. So 10-11 for Rob Cross seems the obvious bet to me. Peter Wright, Mensur Suljovic. Now, Peter Wright, I actually think he could spoil the party for Mensur Suljovic. And at 21-10 with Bet365, it looks really inviting. Peter Wright here yesterday missed the double for a 9-darter, missed a match dart to beat Adrian Lewis and make the semi-finals. At the weekend, he was only beaten by an incredible display from Dave Chisnell, but averaged 100 for the whole tournament. He actually looks like he's playing all right after a very poor Premier League campaign. Now, I think that Mensur Suljovic at 5-6, it's just too short. I think Peter Wright is the value bet in this when you look at how well these 2 have been playing respectively. So I'm going to go for the underdog in this. I know Peter Wright has not won many games in this year's Premier League, and at times he's just completely off the pace. But I still think he's got a little bit of form coming into this, and at more than 2-1, it seems like we could make some money there. Daryl Gurney, Michael van Gerwen. Now, Gurney not only beat van Gerwen in the Premier League earlier on this season, but he beat him in the final of the Players' Championship finals. That's 2 wins on the spin. Can he make it 3 at 11-2? Now, that is enticing for a man who's won his last 2 games against MVG. And Van Gerwen should have been beaten at the weekend. He picked up a 31st European Tour title in Germany, Michael van Gerwen. He's won half of those European Tour events that he's played in. Now, he's had the midweek stuff off here, so he's going to be focused for Thursday, and he will not want to get beaten again by Super Chin. But can you back him? Can you back Daryl Gurney to go and do it? Semi-finalist here yesterday. Played pretty solidly, not spectacularly at the weekend, but he is very good in his own throw. I think he will get legs. If you want to look at the handicap, which is how we backed Daryl Gurney last time when he beat MVG and that bet came in, Plus 3.5 legs, Daryl Gurney's 4 to 5. Now I think that Daryl Gurney can get to 5 or 6 legs. Are they going to set that up with the chat now about how the whole draw system's going? Just to highlight that we are here in Barnsley. I think Daryl Gurney, 4 to 5 plus 3.5 legs is the way to go. And that brings us to the final game of the night. It is James Wade Going Price. Huge game this in the race for the O2. James Wade arguably has been the most brilliant player in this league behind Rob Cross and Michael Van Gerwen. He's 6 to 5 compared to 6 to 4 for Gerwyn Price. He has won 6 of their 10 meetings. When they met in the Premier League, it was a draw earlier on this year. James Wade is playing very well, but these games always go close. When he's won the last couple of them, he beat him 10-7 at the Masters, he beat him 10-9 prior to that in their last meeting at the European Championship, which James Wade went on to win. Gerwyn Price is playing some really good stuff, but a bit like Michael Smith, he hasn't quite got over the line. There have been too many games where Gerwyn Price should have won it and he's drawn, or he should have drawn it and he's lost, and some of them have been against Michael Van Gerwen. I think this is close. I think it's too close to call. 6 to 4 for Gerwyn Price, 6 to 5 for James Wade. Why don't you go on the legs market? I think it's going to go 14 legs in this. So over 13.5 legs, 6 to 5. Then at least you're covered if it's a draw, or if it goes 8-6 either way, that bet is still going to come in. So I'm going to say that Rob Cross beats Michael Smith. I'm going to say that Peter Wright causes a shock and derails Mensur Suljović's hopes of making the O2. I'm going to say that Daryl Gurney is going to get legs against Michael Van Gerwen. I don't know if he's going to win, I'm not sure, but I think he can get to 5 legs. So the plus 3.5 leg handicap at 45 is the bet there. And James Wade Gerwyn Price is going to be close. It's going to go long. I don't know which way it's going to go, but if you put all of those in an acca, it's 22 to 1. Now, we've already had a 25 to 1 shot land. We've already had bets like this in betting on games going long and betting on the handicap when Gurney took on MVG. If these can come in for us, it's another big win. And I tell you what, it would be looking very good for Daryl Gurney at 80 to 1 shot to win the title at the start of the tournament. Massive odds as an each way bet to go on and make the final or win it. If he does pull this off against MVG and Mensur Suljović is beaten by Peter Wright, then maybe Super Chip can make us a lot of money.